Welcome back. My name is Samuel Ugochukwu, and this is Tech Insights on Spectrum TV. With emerging technologies and innovations currently transforming the world, the demand for skilled tech professionals in different aspects of the industry has never been higher than it is right now. However, for many, taking the first step into this exciting field can be challenging or rather intimidating. From coding to data science to cybersecurity, creative design, and artificial intelligence, the tech landscape is vast and constantly evolving. But what are the essential skills that would be needed by newbies and wannabes to succeed in the field? Well, Jude Joshua joins me now on the show. He is a digital product designer and a visual communication specialist. Hello, Jude. Good to have you join us.
Hi, Samuel. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this.
Welcome to the show. Let's get straight into it now. Before we delve into the skills, let's talk a bit about your journey. Could you share a bit about your background and what sparked your passion for tech, and how did you get started?
Well, so I joined tech in actually a very funny way. I've always loved to work with design. I've always loved to play with graphics. And somehow I wanted to study architecture. And my dad had the support of that. So he said I should do computer science. Computer engineering, because computer science was too common, like you said, to do computer engineering. But I think before then, I took a 1-year diploma course in web design and hardware engineering, computer hardware engineering. So I enjoyed web design more than the hardware engineering part, because for me, I was able to still satisfy something that I enjoyed doing. And I was able to still create with colors. I was still able to play with images and still be able to stay creative. So I got into university and I used that. I think that sort of helped me because it was like an avenue for me to learn. So having the knowledge already made when I made these courses, it was easier for me. So fast forward to 2017, where I did my internship. I think after my internship, I got my first role as a web designer for an healthcare startup, health tech actually. The plan for the platform was to have users just kind of like build an healthcare ecosystem where people can come connect with hospitals, patients can connect to hospitals and doctors easily, just kind of like have a centralized system where everything healthcare happens. So
Wow.
from there, I worked with them up to early this year, when I decided to just take a step back and kind of like spread my wings to learn new skills and just sort of grow, yeah, and yeah, acquire new knowledge.
Wow.
So that's my journey.
What was the tech industry like as at that time? I know it wasn't as booming as it is now. What was it like then, and what's the difference between then and now?
Well, I think then, um, so I'll start with 2013, because 2013 was the year I um, got this knowledge, right? So
Yeah.
then in 2013, there wasn't like a lot of resources. There was not a lot of networks, right? And I think coming from a close-ended family where you are kind of like indoors most of the time, and it wasn't. I think tech was just starting, right? Maybe in Lagos and all the other places, there was like say some knowledge about it, but here in Fiverr, there wasn't like a lot of knowledge about tech. So I think because of this, there wasn't that competition. Like there wasn't a lot of competition.
Right.
We really got to hear about product designers in 2020 during the COVID period, where everybody was locked down, and then people started to do remote work, and that was when, oh, so this remote work thing actually pays. What we had would be web developers or WordPress guys,
Yeah.
people that work with WordPress.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of competition. There wasn't like a lot of resources then compared to what we have now. So I think now there is now everybody has gotten to see the light that, oh, tech is good, right? But tech is something that you just need to learn to do a couple of skills, learn to do a couple of things, and then find one client or
Wow.
find someone, a company that pays you, and you get paid in dollars or in hard currency.
Wow.
There is more resources now compared to them. There is like a lot of communities. Yes, that's the word. There's a lot of these more communities, or there are more communities compared to what we had then.
Wow. Let's get to our topic specific question now. From your experience, what are some of the essential skills that are needed for breaking into tech?
So I would say the skills, I'll just leave it at 4.
All right.
Because I think every other skill sort of, if you want to look at any other soft skill, it sort of links back to this, right? So the first thing, and like the very first skill for me that I like to, especially when working with mentees, right? The first thing I try to build is the ability to communicate.
Oh.
And like communication, not just saying, because there's a difference between communicating and just talking,
Mm.
right?
Wow.
So I like to say that they should understand the basics of storytelling. So even if you are you just know how to talk, you need to be able to sell what you're working on. You need to be able to sell the idea that you have, or that creative idea you have. You need to be able to sell it, right? And not just communication, you also need to be flexible, you need to be adaptable. Because one of the things that happened a lot in my role as product designer for First Metric, it was a thing where I needed to adjust a lot. I needed to adapt to a lot of the scenarios, because things did change. We would do like say let's say we had a team meeting, and then we decided, oh, this is the direction we wanted to go. And then at the end of the day, or 2-3 days later, after we've spoken to a couple of users, or just kind of like come across a complaint from our user base or our audience, we have to pivot, all right? We have to sort of make changes to get. Because I want to go straight, I have to go straight. There's no, I don't want to bend.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Right.
Right? You won't be able to work with the rest of the team, because especially when it comes to working in a team, each team member has their own requests, they have their own requirements, like they have the things they want to achieve, right? So adaptability helps a lot with working in a team, right? And that's like the third thing for me, teamwork.
All right.
Because if you're not adaptable, you cannot. If if you're not able to communicate and you're not flexible in your approach to work, you can't work with a team.
Wow. Wow.
Teamwork is going to be hard. So I think the last thing would be the having a problem-solving mindset, right? Rather than so problem-solving mindset in the sense that you are looking at the solution. You're always looking at the solution and not the problem. How can this thing be solved? What's the fastest way to fix this problem? A friend of mine is a web developer, has been saying this something about this a lot. He talks about shipping fast, and what he means about shipping fast is kind of like working on what you need to work on and then pushing it out. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just have the solution
Right.
first, and then keep iterating on that. So for me, those are like the four most important skills. Just be able to communicate, be adaptable, um, have the mindset of teamwork,
Yeah.
because working in isolation always causes a lot of problems. And then be always be on the lookout for the solution. Like look for the solution instead of focusing on the problem.
Wow.
Just have that problem solving mindset. You'll be able to um, what's the word? You'll be able to overcome any obstacle that comes around. Like, you want to work on something and then there's a challenge. You can't just focus on that challenge and say everything and say I've not been able to do this because of this problem. There has to be a solution. Every problem has a solution. Someone said
True.
that nothing is impossible.
True.
Anything that you think about can be healed. So yes, every problem has a solution.
True.
So be able to communicate, be adaptable, have a teamwork mindset, and also have a problem-solving mindset.
Wow, insightful right there. Communication, adaptability, teamwork, and solution mindset. Thank you so much. Now, what are some of the common mistakes that aspiring tech professionals, talking about newbies and wannabes, what are some of the mistakes that they make and how can they be avoided?
I think the first mistake these newbies make is they try to go into tech on their own.
Mm,
Yes, so there is no mentor to work with them. I think for someone coming into tech in 2024, 2025, right, it will be important for them to find a mentor because it's tech is much more competitive now as it was before. So it's something that is important for them to find a mentor. Um, if you can find a mentor, if you can find a mentor and you are able to kind of like settle down and like you have the learning mindset, you are able to settle down and you want to learn from this person, I think navigating through tech space would be very easy because these guys have already gone through the challenges. They know what is wrong. They know what is right. They know what to do and what not to do. They understand the skills that are needed, hard
right.
skills, soft skills. They know what is needed or what is expected in that skill. So that for me is like the one biggest mistake, and I think that's like the only mistake that I can think of because once you have a mentor, you have someone that guides you, you have all your challenges solved. Like 60% of the challenges are gone. All you just have to do is for you to be able to discipline yourself and um, learn. Just that's it.
Wow, I was going to ask you the question on mentorship, the importance of mentorship in the industry, but it looks like you've already gone ahead of me to answer that. Now, what tech skills do you think are most in demand right about now in 2024 for someone who's not yet certain or clear about which skill they want to delve into? What are the tech skills that are right now in demand?
Um, for the tech skills that are that are in most demand right now, or are in high demand right now, there's a high demand for web developers. There's a high demand for product designers. I think there's also a high demand for illustrators and graphic designers as well. Into tech, understand their strengths and their
Right,
weaknesses, like what they want to do,
right,
find out what they want to do first, right? Because I can't say because product design is in high demand, because UI UX is in high demand, I want to go into design. I've seen people enter the field of design and 1, 2 years down the line, they've not gotten a job and they have to switch to
Right.
another skill or to another niche,
Right.
right? To analytics, it's a thing of finding out what you want to do, right? There are a couple of tests that people can take. I think some platforms offer some of these tests, right, where you can take a test, and then at the end of the test, you get to know, based on the answers you provided, you get to know what field or what industry is best for you,
Right.
right? So it's a thing of understanding what you actually want. You can't just go into tech because your friend is doing tech. You can't go into say data analytics because two of your friends are doing data analytics and they have like a lot of money.
Yeah.
As much as sort of switching into branding and switching into visual communication, which involves a little bit of illustration and illustration and graphics design, right? I already have a skill that pays me. I already have a skill that I know, okay, this is something that I can present as my role or as my position, and I get paid for it.
Right.
So, and it aligns with my strengths.
Right.
So, me having something that comes in terms of income, gives me room to sort out a lot of other things and also be able to learn how to be better at illustration. So there's not a lot of pressure on me. So
Right.
rather than just going because someone has decided to do web development, they should not just jump into it. Find out first if this is something that aligns with your strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Can I do this within 3 months? I always tell people that come to me for mentorship, give yourself 4 months, 4 to 6 months. You can't just enter tech and say, oh, within the first 2 months, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to blow within 2 months. No, it doesn't happen. There are people that are there. And yes, there are exceptions. I get that. But these people, these few exceptions, usually go through the mentorship route.
Right.
So maybe the mentor has some kind of connection and then he refers them.
Oh.
Right? So find out your strengths, find out your weaknesses, right? Don't just jump into tech because your friend is doing it or because your friend is making like a lot of money and you just want to join in and make the money. It's nice, it's sweet and all of that, but you will start to get overwhelmed quickly because the pressure will set in and then you start to feel like you're not doing well enough. Maybe there's something they're doing that you're not doing, and then confusion gets in.
Wow.
So find out what you want to do, find out if it aligns with your strengths, and then find a mentor.
Wow.
The thought finding a mentor is actually very important.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Jude. And I know the tech newbie or the tech wannabe who's watching this show now and maybe he's thinking, thank you so much, Mr. Jude, but this money has to be made either ways. But all I would just say is, just like you've pointed out, find out what exactly you want to do and what you can do. And with that, such a person can last long in the industry. Thank you so much, Jude. It's been an amazing time having this conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, I believe we've covered some good grounds today, from foundational skills to industry trends and personal growth. I do hope that this conversation has given you enough clarity on what's needed in starting out a career in tech. So, the ball's in your court. Take the first step. Explore resources, network with professionals, and just like Jude mentioned, seek out mentorship. Remember, breaking into tech requires dedication, resilience, and continuous learning. Big thanks once again to Jude Joshua for such insightful views on the show today. Well, this is the size of our package today on Tech Insights. For our website for more news and updates, it's www.spectrumtvlive.ng. And also do well to follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. My name is Samuel Ugochukwu, and until I come your way again, with another round of Tech Insights. Remember that the tech industry is constantly evolving, so stay curious, keep learning, and never stop striving for excellence. Bye for now.